Churnilsim is when a journalist takes a press release created by a PR firm, rewrites the release into their own house style, and then publishes it as actual news. One of the problems with this practice is if you don't do any fact-checking or research, you could end up uncritically reporting misleading or incorrect information. For example, you might make an announcement that makes it seem like Polar Metaverse is the first virtual singer, when there has been a long history of such performers. So, what would you find if you did the research into virtual singers? I'm going to limit myself to bands or singers that exist primarily as animated avatars. Unfortunately, that means I will exclude puppets and fursuits. So no Wombles, Banana Splits, or Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Also, I simply can't cover every single virtual band out there, but feel free to shout out your favourite V-singers and V-bands in the comment section. The first band that fulfills my criteria is Alvin and the Chipmunks. Founded in 1958 and initially signed to Liberty Records. The success of their first single saved the company from bankruptcy. In Chipmunks lore, Alvin, Simon and Theodore are the adopted chipmunk children of the human Dave Savell. They are named in honour of Simon Warnockner, Al Bennett and Theodore Keep, respectively the chairman, president and chief engineer of Liberty Records. The Chipmunks have released 15 albums, 3 of which went platinum, have had an animated TV show, 4 concert tours, an enjoyable movie, and 7 other movies. In a way, the Chipmunks are not just the spiritual progenitors of all V-singers, but also of Nightcore, so they have much to be given props for. Debuting in 1968 and starring characters from the Archie comic series, the Archies have released 7 albums, and their single Sugar Sugar spent 4 weeks at the top of the Billboard 100 chart. I can't think of a song that embodies the idea of bubblegum pop more than Sugar Sugar. The Archies were created by the Monkees producer Don Kirshner after he got fired by them because they had the audacity to want to play their own instruments. Don Kirshner wanted to create a band that he could fully control, so he licensed the identities of the characters from the Archie comics and used session musicians to create the band. Inspired by the Archie success, Hanna-Barbera wanted to create their own cartoon band. Their first attempt at this, the Mysterious Five, eventually became reworked into Scooby-Doo. This is why the Scooby-Doo gang travel everywhere in a van. The initial concept was that they were touring musicians. However, Hanna-Barbera would then team up with Archie Comics again and animate Josie and the Pussycats. Started in 1970, Josie released 2 albums to moderate success. While the Archies and Josie made bubblegum pop, 1989's MC Skat Cat is a hip-hop artist, best known for his collab Paula Abdul in the song Opposites Attract. Unfortunately, apart from that single, most of his other music failed to chart or have much impact. In contrast to MC Skat Cat, the Gorillaz were very successful, selling over 26 million records worldwide from their founding in 1998. They are still active with the release of Cracker Island just last month. Due to their success and influence, I think they are the go-to band when anybody thinks a virtual band. Like many virtual performers, Gorillaz has lore that is both wild and deep. For example, Noodle is the result of a top-secret government super soldier project, and Murdoch was briefly replaced with Ace, a villain from the Powerpuff Girls. There's a whole wiki full of wild and nutty Gorillaz lore. You should really check it out. Not as well known as Gorillaz is 2001's 1T. This is a French virtual band, and I couldn't find much information about them in English. However, they seem to have a strong fan base, despite the fact that many people consider them a bit of a one-hit wonder. In 2006, the band Deathlok from the TV show Metalocalypse became manifest. So, from the Archies bubblegum pop, we have now come to melodic death metal. An over-the-top parody of metal, they're still unironically enjoyable to listen to. Krypton Future Media released Hatsune Miku in 2007, a part of Yamaha Corporation's singing synthesizer Vocaloid. However, Miku is more than just software. Miku's personality, the being we recognise as Miku, was an emergent product of the people who channeled their collective creative spirits through her and the mimetic soup that resulted. A simulation of singing and a simulacra of a performer. Hatsune Miku was the first in the line of Vocaloids and similar technology, a family of musical creation. With YouTube having been founded in 2008, tools such as Miku Miku Dance allowed people to create and animate their own Miku-based music videos. The creations of German mobile company Freenet Digital in 2010, Anna Blue and Damien Dawn are both emo artists. Despite the fact that they are seemingly a complete corporate creation, they have a dedicated fandom. Their video comments are filled with people talking about how as teenagers going through their emo/goth phase, they really love this music. In a way, Anna Blue shows what an artist like Polar could really be like if the effort was actually made. The growth of the cultural influence of YouTube was also instrumental in the success of 2011's Studio Killers, consisting of Chubby Cherry, Goldie Fox, Dynamink, and Bipolar Bear. This electronica band blew up by having songs that had universally relatable themes, like being shut out of a club by a bouncer, or stealing your best friend's lipstick because you have a crush on them and you just want to feel your lips against something that had touched theirs. You know. You do know, don't you? Healthy ways of dealing with a unreciprocated relationship. In 2016, the world of virtual content creation was changed forever with the debut of Kizuna Ai. The costs of motion and face capture technology had dropped to a point where it became feasible for a small startup company to use such tech to create YouTube videos. With animators who had trained in Miku Miku Dance, the cute and charming Kizuna Ai coined the term virtual YouTuber and was very influential in making VTuber entertainment what it is today. As a singer, she has released 15 singles and 3 albums, and she has gone on to inspire most of the VTubers and vsingers we know of today. One such VTuber was Sora, who debuted in 2016. Working under the VTuber talent agency Hololive, she has released many singles and albums. She is a highly talented performer and is credited for shifting Cover Corp, Hololive's parent company, from being a technology startup to being an entertainment company. But beyond just Sora, Hololive has a great many talented musical artists. Talking about all 50-odd VTubers associated with Hololive and their music talent would just take too long, so I'll leave it here. A little after Sora's debut, Riot Games launched K/DA in 2018, starring singers from their popular League of Legends franchise. Part of their efforts to promote LoL, they have released 5 songs mixing K-pop and EDM. Also, look at this KDA music video. See the way this nose has a red glow to it because some of the light from behind is shining through it? That's subsurface scattering and is what you have to do to make your CG characters not look like they're plastic. During the 2020s, there was a massive spike in VTubers and vsingers. With a lowering cost of entry, being a vsinger became something that small and independent artists could do. There are now regular concerts with VTuber idols. We've had Fox Entertainment do a virtual singer talent show. Vsingers have transformed from being a novelty to basically another medium of performance. And we've come to the present. Like most vsingers and other virtual performers, they all appreciate people subscribing to them. So if you have enjoyed my brief history of vsingers, please subscribe. Thank you very much.